You could say, can you tell us anything more about the addition?
Can you tell us anything more about the addition?
Why, yes, I can. When they decided to put the addition on, Unit C was much like Unit A and Unit B, where you walked through the hall and then you came out the door sort of in a U shape. So to build the addition on, they had to destroy 2 classrooms. The ones that were at the end, sort of like if you take yours and Mrs. Strong's classroom, they got rid of those 2 classrooms. And if any of you remember where Mrs. Judd's classroom was when she was over in Unit C, you know, she had that little extra closet room. Well, that room was actually a regular classroom, and then where the hallway is was actually a classroom. So one classroom disappeared, and they turned the other classroom into a special room with a bathroom sort of built into it. So anyway, that's the extra part of what happened when they built. So one thing is, I forget, I mean, if I don't know an answer to your question, I might email Mrs. I'll find out the answer if I don't know something.
So we are part of a timeline project, and we are learning about the portables and extra classroom.
Oh, yes. So, and I think I know because I was one of the people that ordered the portables.
Here are a few questions that we would like to ask.
Okay.
Do you know how they raised the money?
I think it was a bond. You know, school districts run bonds, which the taxpayers then promised to help pay. And Penny Creek had opened up, and it was a pretty new school, but there were so many houses being built in the area that within 5 years the school was too crowded, so that they used money from a bond where the taxpayers promised to help pay for it.
And why didn't they just add a bunch of portables instead of extra classrooms?
Well, one of the problems was they did have more portables here. There were about 7 classrooms and portables. But I think one of the things people think about portables, if like someone in your class has to use the restroom, then that means they have to walk outside and everything like that. And sometimes portables can be much hotter. So I think and they don't have sinks. So I think that classrooms are just nicer for a lot of people.
How did they decide where to build the extra classrooms?
Well, that's an interesting thing because actually, you see where you've been in Unit C, so you know, and if you ever look down at the carpet, there's 2 different colors of carpet, and I'm not sure which color is where, but you can actually tell, sort of by Mrs. Crowley's room, there's a change in the carpet, and that's the new things. But I think they just looked at the layout of the property and they decided they could build it there.
How long did the construction take?
Well, I visited here. When I came, the building was being finished up, the addition. So the year before, I visited in springtime, and there were just some things like the foundation. So I think it took, about 6 or 7 months. That might be something I write back to you after if I find out something different.
Do you think it was necessary to build the extra classroom?
I think it was. Because I spent 1 year in a portable, and the portable was okay. Well, but it was very hot during the summer and much hotter than the building was. So I think it makes for a nicer classroom.
I have to walk past here, so I didn't want to interrupt their videotaping.
Oh, that's okay. You can photobomb us.
Did the school have a fundraiser to get the money to build the classrooms?
No, they did not need to because the taxpayers did the whole thing.
Was it hard to raise the money?
I think that it was one of those things, because sometimes when they put levies and bonds, sometimes voters don't vote for them, but they happened to vote for it that time, and so it was just fine. The other thing that happened was, besides classroom, because it costs money to build a classroom, but then you can't have an empty classroom, so they also had to buy all the furniture that went in it, and we bought extra books and things. Thank you,
Okay,
good
thank you.
questions, good questions.